Welcome to the PowerSchool Clerk Chit Chat WebEx recap for February 29th. In our meeting, we cover the following topics: important dates, data management as it pertains to our data champions, PowerSchool news and updates, state, student number, the enrollment fee tracker, as well as other errors. And a major priority was given to progress report and the need to prepare for this process next week. And as usual, we ended with our available SIS support resources. My name is Esther Lewars. I am one of the supervisors in the Student Information Services Department. The important dates are as follows. Today, we had our chit chat, our last one for the month of February, Black History Month. And we are going to move into March, Women's History Month. Progress reports are expected to go out on March 6th. That's Q3 progress report. We will have a chit chat on March 14th and then another one on March 28th. This is an image of the marking period calendar, which is accessible from the North Board of Education's website. As you can see, Q3 began on January 29th, will end on April 12th, and as a result, the midway point is around March 6th, and so that is why progress reports are due next week on March 6th. And with progress reports, we will also need to update document delivery, and I will get into that towards the end of the presentation. All right, so the data management champions are as followed. Kudos to these schools who on February 28th, when I ran the report, and when I say the reports, there are about 9 standard reports that we ask schools to run and fix the errors that are shown on the report. And so as of yesterday, these schools had 0 errors on all 9 of the reports. And these schools are in the East Central, Michelle Obama, and South Street. In the north, we have Abington Avenue, Dr. E. Alma Flag, Dr. William H. Horton, Elliott Street, First Avenue, Franklin Elementary, McKinley, Park Elementary, Rafael Hernandez, Ridge Street, Roberta Clemente, and Salome Urena. So kudos to the North School. Even the schools who have been on and off, for the most part, they have made it a priority to have 0 errors in their PowerSchool. So I truly, on behalf of the SIS department, we thank the North School and the leadership and the school staff for keeping up with and managing the data. And then we also have the Early Childhood School North, who has always had 0 errors since October. When I run this report, they've always had 0 errors. So yeah, I took a little time on this, but it's important. As I've mentioned in the past, the decisions that are made throughout the district is dependent on the data. And so if we have correct data, we can make decisions that are based on accurate student counts, student programs, demographic information, all that data. If it's correct, then we can be assured that the decisions that we're making are targeted towards the students that we service. Continue with data management, IT updates. This is not directly related to PowerSchool, but it indirectly impacts the work that we do. So as PowerSchool clerks who manage data, cybersecurity is an important part of what we do, and we should be concerned about it. And so there is a new cybersecurity training, phase 2, that is available. If you receive that email, please make sure that you complete it. If you've completed it, please encourage your staff, teachers, all full-time support staff to complete this as well, all right? Because again, we have access Whoever is a PowerSchool administrator, an attendance counselor, whoever has access to PowerSchool admin has access to data that we need to continue to maintain and keep secured. So please complete that training. PowerSchool enrollment. So the enrollment team is the first line of contact for our school students and families. So once students are enrolled in Schoolmint, after that information is verified, then it gets pulled into PowerSchool. So there is a enrollment fee tracker that we want to remind clerks to look at. You will see some grade levels at your school where there are zero discrepancy, right? So that means all students who are in Schoolmint have been synced. If you see a number that's orange, it means that there are students in Schoolmint who need to be synced, whether they are new students or re-enrollment record that needs to be synced to PowerSchool. If you see numbers that are red, it means that there are students in PowerSchool that need to be transferred out. Either they're going to another Newark Board of Ed school or they are leaving the district. Okay, so for data privacy issues, I am not going to pull this up because this is the recap video, but take a look at that enrollment fee tracker and see where your school falls. If you need assistance in getting students transferred to your school because they are inactive records that you don't know where they are, you're new to the role, you're not sure what to do, please reach out to one of us. Use the support form to complete a request. Myself or one of the SIS team members will reach out to you so that you can get to complete the task and have zeros across all of the areas. So we mentioned the state ID numbers, and the question was, how do you find students who are missing their state IDs? So there's several ways you can do it. There are reports that you can run, but a quick and easy way, when you look at a student's record, if you look at the very top of the screen, they do not have a SID, that means they are missing a state ID, state student number. So the field that represents the state ID, the state student number, is the field called state_student number. So if you were to search PowerSchool in the search bar, type that field in with the equal sign, it will give you a list of all students who have blank state student number. So you can do that for any field and, put the name of the field, equal sign, and it will give you any field that are blank. So if you want to find all the students who have blank entry codes, you type entry code equals, press enter, and you get all the students who have blank entry codes. But state number is important because as students get enrolled in your school, one of the fields that is often blank, if they are brand new to the district, is the entry code, right? And so when they're enrolled, things from Schoolmint, it is important that the first thing you do is go and check their entry code and update the entry code. Once the entry code is updated, if everything else is correct, within a matter of a few days, with the process that we have in our department, we have Dan and Alex who manages the state ID process. We request the numbers from the Department of Ed. And so within a few days, the students' IDs will populate. If there is a conflict, then that's when you have a student in your school for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and their state ID hasn't been generated. And so we need to double check the entry code, the entry dates, their demographic error, they have all their phone numbers, their city of birth, immigrant status, all that information needs to be filled in correctly. If you're confident that the information is filled in, but the IDs have not been generated, then just put in a ticket and we will double check. We will do a second look at the account and see if there are any conflicts. Might be the student was reported at another school, a charter school or another city. So do your due diligence, run the reports that we ask you to run, do the state student number search equals blank, and fix any errors or any missing data that you come across. So this is an important process because then this now allows our testing department to be able to create and assign students to the various state assessments that they are expected to complete, usually from September, but especially going forward for the rest of the school year. All right, so that's that. Now, there are some errors outside of the 9 error unified data management report errors that we ask you to run, and we have those documentation on our website that tells you how to run and fix the errors. There are some additional errors that we come across sometimes that are not captured on those reports. And so Dr. Izad created a set of scripts and documents that he has shared with you, and you can find them in the 15 folders with the name of your school, and this is called Other Errors, all right? So he went over how to open up that document, how to check off the students, also if there are enrollment errors. Instead of just going in and changing the date, you want to use the system feature that is on that overlapping enrollment page. So at the bottom of every overlapping enrollment issue, you will see a notification that you can click this link to consolidate or fix any scheduling conflicts. So use that system button to resolve the issues instead of just going in and changing dates. All right, so that was that. For progress report, it's the same process as Q1 and Q2 progress reports. I encourage you and your administrators to run the gradebook reports to make sure that information for Q3 has been updated. These are the recommended reports. Continue to, look at the category and assignments, make sure that assignments have been inputted. What are the grades and comments that are currently in Q3 gradebook? Are there any missing grades? And your out-of-sync gradebook report. So the out-of-sync gradebook report is good for you to continue to monitor if there have been changes between Q1 and Q2 stored grades, since we stored grades over the last 2 quarters. All right, so look at these reports, remind teachers to update their gradebooks, change the comments, because those reports need to go out next week, Wednesday. And your task as the clerk is to update document delivery. So you're going to find any students, new students who do not have a document delivery email, update those emails, and update your school's document delivery message. And you get to that message similar to how you've gotten to it before for Q1 and Q2, but in PowerSchool, you click on School at the bottom, Digital Document Delivery, make sure you enable the checkbox that says Enable Document Delivery, update the message to say Q3 progress report, and then update the message. And let's see, so I'm gonna show you the other slides, and then I'm gonna go to the website. So PowerSchool website is available. So this is where you can get all of our resources from the district's website. It's under Employees and then PowerSchool Support. We're now highlighting Women's History Month. Our Chit Chat newsletter for March is also available, and it covers most of the things that we spoke about today. And you also have a link to the SIS support form, which we ask you to use to request any support or any issues that you may have. Okay, so this is our PowerSchool support website, and this is a copy of our March newsletter, which touches on the items that were discussed in today's meeting, as well as lists some of the important dates. And the area I was going to go to is the area where you can find the document delivery information. So click on PowerSchool, then go to Info and Resources, and go down and find Document Delivery. This is the guide that walks you through it. This spreadsheet, if you open it up, are the messages for each school. You would just find your school, copy this message, and within PowerSchool, where it says update the message, you would just paste it into that box in PowerSchool. The recap for today, we covered the marking period dates, the data champions, the state student number, the importance of fixing our students missing data so that they can get their state student number, reviewing the enrollment tracker, C tracker, and making sure that students are synced from Schoolman, as well as any student that are in PowerSchool that need to be transferred out, that they are transferred out accordingly. We went over the process to manage the access and manage the errors on the other error sheet that are in your system folder. And then we focused on the progress report, running the gradebook reports, and setting up document delivery for progress reports on March 6th. And the last thing is to continue to access our resources from the SIS support website and use the forum for any issues and all issues that you may have as you continue to do your work. So that's it. So thank you. And thank you to Dr. Adnan Izad, who co-facilitated today's chit-chat session. Thank you.